like anything any links that you want on there.
Okay.
So you're on the screen, and then I'm using my phone to get you onto Facebook. So there you are. Use your outside voice in your car. Hi, Matt.
Hello.
It's Matt G. Hi.
Hi, everybody.
What do you have to say to everybody since we're having a pandemic?
Well, one of my side jobs is I drive for Grubhub delivery. And it's kind of funny because only during a global pandemic can an anonymous stranger with a mask who's just seen driving slowly through the neighborhood leave a suspicious package on someone's front porch and not get the cops called on it.
That's a good one. Nobody's ever thought of that.
Days we're living in.
This is it. And it's the only time you can go into a bank with a mask on.
Just the other day, I went in with a mask, and they gave me money and everything.
Up in Seattle, they had a robber that never got caught, and all he ever did was wear a Band-Aid on his nose. They called him the Band-Aid robber. But now, a mask, they'd never find you. And you can wear gloves, too. OJ,
encouraged.
Yeah. OJ would have loved this.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me about living in New Jersey and now in Colorado. I mean...
Yeah, I was born in New Jersey a couple hundred years ago. And I lived there until I was about 32 years old. And then I moved to Los Angeles, actually. And I lived there for 12 years or so. And then I moved here to Colorado about 6 years ago. And here I am.
How do you like it in Colorado?
It's a very interesting place. It is definitely not like living on the coast, that's for sure. It's very unique. It's very beautiful, and it's very unique.
Are the people in Pennsylvania are very talkative? People in New York are all about business, but very loving when push comes to shove. What are some adjectives about people in Colorado?
Everybody, especially here, is very religious. This is like the buckle of the Bible Belt in Colorado.
No way.
You know, like how there's like a Starbucks on every corner in Los Angeles? Well, here in Colorado Springs, there's a church on every corner.
No way. What's the comedy scene like there in Colorado Springs?
It's pretty good, actually. There's a lot of independent coffee places popping up. I mean, obviously we have, Starbucks and Kangaroo and all that, but there's a very big push towards homebrew is big for beer, and a lot of that's going into coffee now too.
So homebrew would be like IPAs?
Yeah, microbrewery, that type of stuff. There's a lot of those around here.
Oh, that's good. How are you feeling? How is the pandemic hitting Colorado? Because I'm in Vegas, and this is Sin City, and right now there's no sin.
Yeah, it's definitely weird because, we had a big population explosion in the last few years, so there was a lot of traffic for a while, but in the last month, getting around town's been a lot easier.
Yeah, and you're delivering Grubhub.
A lot less cars.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just a lot less cars in general on the road and in parking. I get parking almost everywhere I go now. It's a lot easier, too.
You don't even have to go get handicapped to do that. Wow.
Nope. I just have an essential badge, and I get to park wherever.
This is crazy that comedy isn't considered essential. How do you feel about that?
Well, as a coffee drinker, I can see that, definitely. I need coffee. It is essential. It is life. It is life. If you've been in television as long as I have, coffee is life.
Now, you've been in television since the 80s.
Yeah, since 1988.
And so speak about that as a good comedy. How has that helped you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, learning production, that's where my education background is, production and things like that. You get an understanding as to the process, and you understand what everybody has to do, so there's more of a sense of collaboration. I mean, among the crew, there's collaboration. A lot of times there's a divide between talent and crew, but if you have people who've done both, they tend to work together a lot better. Nice. They understand what's going on both ends.
Very cool. So tell me about your style of comedy.
I'm basically a curmudgeon. Get off my lawn. I don't like the way the world is different, and it makes me mad.
Oh, so like a little bit of a rant?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, I love rants.
And Don Rickles, that kind of thing.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Take me back
So
to
basically, I just take my very interesting or a very unusual take on a lot of things and talk about things as they kind of go through my head, which is a strange place to be if you've ever spent some time there.
So you mean to tell me you can riff in the moment?
Sometimes I can, yeah.
Wow. What's your favorite thing to go off on?
It just depends on what kind of a mood I'm in, what's going on. Lately, just there's been a lot of things about how everybody's all up in arms about how people are identifying themselves gender-wise and stuff, and how it really doesn't bother me. And, it's like, hey, if you're a man, you're a man. If you're a woman, you're a woman. If you're both, you're both. If you're neither, you're neither. Live your truth. Just get the hell off my lawn.
Yeah, I don't really care what anybody is, but I always, I'm calling men women and women men, and I have trouble with that. But, ever since first grade, I've had trouble with pronouns. So nothing new there. It's not like anything against anybody that is switching teams. I just never was good at pronouns to begin with.
Sure. We just need a few minutes to get caught up. That's all.
That's it. Yeah. We're
It's not
buffering.
like we mean to be mean. We're just trying to be polite. It's not a hate crime.
Yeah. Every time somebody of a certain age does anything wrong, they're thought to be racist, but race has to do with your race. So if I'm being sexist, that's not a racist.
Nope. Or ageism.
Yeah. So, what was that moment in your life like when you said, you know what? I think I'm going to do something really crazy and become a comic. What was that moment like for you?
I don't know that it was one specific moment per se, but I've always been a performer. It goes back in my family. There's been a few performers throughout the generation. So I guess I always had that bug, and just I've always been a bit of a ham and a big character, I guess. So I just always had this natural knack to perform, and I just love making people laugh. So I kind of just put two and two together and just kind of kept going, and got into comedic acting, and then I thought stand-up's more immediate, so I can get into that too. And it's just another way of entertaining people.
Yes. So you have people in your family who are accomplished in the arts?
Yeah, my grandfather was he was actually a very good piano player. He could play just about anything by ear. All of his sisters were all good dancers. I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently there was some vaudeville somewhere on my mother's side of the family. I still have to dig into that and find out.
Nice.
But there's definitely something there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So have you always been funny and entertained around your family and just, that's been
More or less, yeah.
Did you ever wind up in the principal's office for not keeping your mouth shut?
Not too much. I was actually shy out in public and in school. I was a good student. It was like you had to catch me in a certain mood to get me to be funny, basically. So I was really shy, so I didn't always like to put myself out there. But among my friends and my family and stuff, yeah, I was always a cut up. But in school, I kept to myself and was just a quiet little nerd.
What was your a quiet little nerd. What was your favorite subject?
Probably history.
Because why?
It's just, interesting stories about, where we came from and what the world was like before. And it's just fascinating. I just like stories.
Nice. So the very first time you got up on stage, what was that like for you?
I was scared out of my wits.
I love this.
Yeah, I was either 17 or 18, I forget now. And I was with my friends. They went to this resort in the Poconos every summer, and they had this talent night for all the guests. So my friend's like, "Oh, go up and do some impressions and some stand-up." I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "No, go for it." So they talked to the host because they knew the guy, and they said, "Yeah, have him come up there." So they tricked me into coming up there. So I went up there, and I just fumbled through a bunch of impressions, and it went over actually a lot better than I thought it would. And they asked me to come back, so I was like, wow, I guess I'm better at this than I thought. So,
Okay, hold up. You fumbled through a bunch of impressions. How many impressions can you do now?
it's been a while since I've done them. Probably a couple of dozen though.
Really? What's your favorite impression to do?
Everybody always asks me that. I don't know if I have a favorite. I go through phases. There's ones that I do a lot more often. Sometimes there are ones that are kind of falling in and out of popularity. There's some that I'll just slide into in and out of an account. Peter Griffin has always been a really popular one. And everybody always wants to know, what Peter Griffin's got to say about everything. So, just tell me that's pretty sweet.
I love
I have
him.
to contort my head like that to get the sound right. That's why it looks weird.
I love it when a comic does impressions, because that's like an 18th wall to me. It's like, how do you do that?
It used to be my whole act, but I don't know. I kind of fell out of it. I didn't want to become like a Rich Little type or anything like that. So I just kind of went into just straight comedy. I'll just drop an impression in here and there and stuff.
Yeah. I went and saw Rich Little here at the Laugh Factory a couple months ago, and it was all impressions. And which is great. He does a great job, and you actually go back in time. It's very nostalgic, but
Sure.
I'm used to jokes, and my favorite kind of comedy is a rant, like Jimmy Schubert or Louis Black ranting.
Louis Black, yeah.
Yeah, I really like it when it's a highly sarcastic rant.
Yep.
Do you do the sarcastic rant?
Sometimes I do, yeah.
Yeah, I like when you said "get off my lawn." I thought that's pretty sarcastic right there.
That's my catchphrase. So,
So
and I actually knew a guy growing up that was actually like that, and he lived like a block from the school. And I always wondered, like, did he live close to the school on purpose so he could yell at the kids, or did they build the school after he bought? He would sit out there every morning on his porch yelling at the kids, "Get off my lawn! Get the hell off the lawn! Get off the lawn!" Yeah.
he was like the lawn Nazi.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow. My goodness sakes. What kind of advice do you have for like young comics that might be listening, looking for a shortcut?
There are none.
Thank you.
Stop looking.
Thank you.
Basically, the only thing, and it's the advice that's still given to me actually, and it's going to be the advice that holds true for everybody, is just keep going up. You have a bad set, okay, go up again. You may have a better set. If you're a sports person, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, missed more than half the shots he ever took, and he was the greatest baseball player ever, or basketball player ever lived. Babe Ruth didn't always score a home run. He was the best baseball player ever lived. You're not always going to kill it every time you go up. It's going to suck. You're going to want to quit. You're going to want to give up. But don't. The times where you're feeling the worst and you think you're doing the worst is some of your best stuff. Like one night I killed, and I was feeling like crap before I went up. I was like, oh, this is just going to be horrible. I'm just going to blow it. And something just wound up hitting on the right cylinders, and it was just great. The crowd was into it. I got into it. It was probably one of the best sets of my life. I loved it. And I was just like, you know what? I got to keep doing this.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay to take time away from it when you need to renew. And it's okay to say you're quitting, just don't ever quit.
Sure.
I think
it's
that...
like Rodney Dangerfield used to have a bit about, to give you an idea of how well I was doing at the time I quit, I was the only one who knew I quit.
Ah, that's great. That's hilarious. When I get sad about, somebody will screw me over in the comedy business and I don't enjoy it, and then I'll put it on Facebook and I'll go, I quit. I don't say what it was. I just say, oh, I'm so sick of this. I quit. And then 18 men will say, oh, no, you're not. You'll be back. And I'm like, screw you. I said I quit, and then I'm back. Eating dirt.
It's an addiction. It really is.
It is. Yeah. Who's been the person that's helped your career the most?
Well, actually, most of the people I've come in contact with have helped in some way or another. I don't know that there's any one person that's helped.
Yeah.
most of the people that have been inspiring actually weren't comedians.
Really? Tell me about that.
There were people that came up to me afterwards, after a set, or people that have been, a fan for a while, and just, they come to me and they tell me that they really, really like my stuff, and that I'm really funny, and they look forward to seeing me, and I'm just like, wow, really? I'm just some schlub from Colorado. I mean, you know what I mean?
That's so cool. Okay, so let's get down to business. This has been a shutdown. That means shut down. So it's got to have hit your pocketbook. I know you're sitting on your pocketbook in that car. But are you accepting Venmo, Cash App, PayPal?
Well, I will, but I don't really need any, so I'm not soliciting any right now because actually I have an essential job, so I still have a day job, so I'm still working. So but if anybody wants to, my Venmo is It's Me, Matt G.
Matt G?
It's Me, Matt G.
It's Me, Matt G at Venmo.
Yeah. Yes.
Got it. Wonderful. And then where on the internet do you want people following you? YouTube?
You can find me on Facebook at It's Matt G, Facebook.com/It's Matt G, or on Instagram and Snapchat at It's Me, Matt G, or on Twitter at Fat Kid Glasses, because I'm a fat kid with glasses.
I love it. You got great names. Perfect. So, is there any parting words you want to give to people to help them hang in there during this terrible time we're going through? Comics have the best way of helping people cope. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, just remember that this is temporary. We're all in this together. If we all keep our distance from everybody and keep our hands clean, literally, we'll make it through this. All of us comics, I'm pretty sure I could speak for every comedian out there right now. We are dying to get back onto the stage.
Dying.
We want nothing more than to be able to tell jokes and to make people laugh and to be part of that energy and that atmosphere again. And I just have a feeling that when it comes back, when we come back, it's going to be a lot stronger, and everybody's just going to be that much more refreshed, renewed, fortified, energized. There's just going to be I think it's going to be nuts in a good way for a while, and I'm really looking forward to that. So let's all just, let's just hang in there, and let's just wait for these quarantines to lift and for this virus to get a treatment or a vaccine or something so we can get back out there, and let's just have a blast. Let's party like it's $29.99.
I'll show you. I've been putting all my premises up on, can you see? Mm-hmm. Putting all my premises up on the wall and putting every single joke that I've written under one of these premises. That's what I'm doing with my spare time. What are you doing with yours? And I'll let you go. Delivering grub.
I've been doing some writing and some organizing and getting a lot of personal projects taken care of, stuff at the house. I've had a TV that I've been meaning to put up for a couple of weeks now that I can finally put up.
Nice.
Just a lot of stuff, really. Getting my life reorganized, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, you've been so awesome to have an interview with me. Aren't you the delight to talk to? You seem like a very positive, happy guy. So.
Well, I do my best. What are you going to do?
So do you ever try out your jokes when you're delivering? Like, just a minute before you sign, can I try a joke on you?
Not so much like that, but yeah, I will occasionally. Like if I have a quick one-liner or something, or if I think of something along the way, I'll say it to a customer. And I also drive for Lyft, so I'll try out material on Lyft passengers too sometimes.
That's cool. They'll try to say that it's funny, but you can see the expression in the rear view mirror.
Yeah. Usually when it's like that, oh, okay, yeah, that's funny.
Thank you so
much. Oh my God.
Thank you so much, Matt G. Take care and be safe and sane out there. God bless you.
You too. Thanks. Hang in there, everybody. And if you like what you see, tell the haters what they're missing.
Yeah, man. I'll put those links that you talked about on this post.
Excellent.
Thank you. Bye. Love you lots.
Bye.
Bye.